What's up, everybody? How's it going? It's Brian at Two Indians. Let me try that again. It's Brian at Two Indians. I don't know if you can see her all the way back there. That is the lovely Miss Barbara. She is sitting in a hot tub, and we are in the mountains in Gatlinburg, near Gatlinburg, and we're here for a riding trip. Yes, man, I tell you, it was a hassle getting here. Not so much just driving up here, because I hate to tell you this, but we did actually trailer the bikes up here, and that was because it was going to be pouring rain yesterday, and we had rain almost all the way up. But what was so trying and so difficult was, originally we were supposed to come up here with my sister and her husband, and we booked the cabin like 2 weeks in advance because it was kind of a last minute thing. And then on Sunday, just a few days ago, he slipped and fell in a truck and literally broke his knee, so he can't go. So we got together with a couple other friends, Yanni and Sammy, who you will meet in a little bit, and they have decided to come up. They are riding up. He's on a BMW R1250, I think is what it is, and she's on a Harley Switchback, I think. No, not a Switchback, a can't remember, but you'll see it in a little bit. Anyway, we are up in the mountains, and there is the lovely Miss Barbara in the hot tub. Working, that's right. And we're gonna grill a couple steaks when Yanni and Sammy get here. But we just wanted to say hi, invite you to come along with us, because we are going to be doing some killer riding this weekend, and you get to see it all in this video. So come on with us, let's have some fun, let's do some rides, let's eat some food, have a beer or two, or maybe a cocktail, and have a blast. All right, let's go, come on. Hey, it's Brian and Barbara with Two Indians. All right, so as I promised you, I'm going to introduce you to Yanni and Sammy.
Hello.
And we're about ready to head out, go get some breakfast. We're going to ride the Foothills Parkway today, Tail of the Dragon, Moonshiners 28. We're going to have a butt.
Yeah, we're going to have a butt.
We're going to have a butt.
He's going to ruin all your takes.
It's great bloopers.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are going to have a bunch of fun. So let's go. Let's get on the bikes and kickstands up and all that good crap. Let's go. So Gatlinburg is about 650 miles due north of the Orlando area, and it sits up here on the northern edge of the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. It's about 1,200 feet above sea level. That makes for low humidity and very comfortable temperatures. Now, one thing Gatlinburg is known for is its traffic, and let me tell you, it's terrible. But once you get on these roads that we're about to hop on here and get out of town, it is beautiful riding. So on this trip today, we're basically taking about a 5-hour run from Gatlinburg over the Foothills Parkway through Deals Gap, down Moonshiners 28 up to Cherokee, and then up 441 back to Gatlinburg. And it starts out on Fighting Creek Gap Road right here, which turned out to be a real treat. I'd never been on this road before. I'd always wanted to see it. It looks great on the map, but you never know till you get there, right? Well, this turned out to be just a fantastic road. Absolutely loved it. seems like wherever you go in the Smoky Mountains, you're next to a river or crossing a river where somebody is tubing or rafting or just hanging out in the water and cooling down. You've also got these great roadside attractions everywhere you go. Next up is the Foothills Parkway. So you climb about 1,000 feet up this hill here, and what's really cool about this road is it runs right along the spine of this mountain ridge here, and you're literally 12 or 1,500 feet above the towns on both sides of the mountains. And here we stopped to get a picture of Yanni and Sammy. It was such a beautiful day. You rarely get to see so few clouds up here. Oh, there's my beautiful baby. Look at her. Isn't she gorgeous? Hang on, let's focus in on her. No, not that one. Let's look at the other one, the other baby. There we go. Man, she's beautiful. Okay, just kidding. We all know who the pretty one is. Man, I love that lady. So here we are coming down a steep decline all the way down to Highway 129, which, as most people know, is where the tail of the dragon is. Look, as you can tell, there are motorcyclists everywhere up there, and for good reason, because this is a virtual playground for people on two wheels and for people in sports cars and, Porsches and Corvettes and things like that. You see them all, especially up here when we get on to the tail of the dragon, which is coming up next here. Got a couple short clips of that before we move on. So this is Lake Chilowee here on the right, and it runs right along 129. Oh, that reminds me. I think I'll show you where we come out here. So if you look, this is Foothills Parkway here, and it empties right onto 129 and runs along Lake Chilowee here, and of course it turns into the tail of the dragon right here and stops at Deals Gap, which will be there in just a minute. So if you may have seen at that last turn back there were a bunch of Groms, which are tiny little motorcycles sitting back at the corner there, and there must have been some kind of Grom convention going on, because those things are everywhere up here on this day. There goes one, and here comes three more, but they're these little 50cc motorcycles that I guess are just a ton of fun to ride, but these guys were up here tearing it up, and they were all over the place. Now, as a lot of you know, I am not a huge fan of the Dragon. It's just a lot of work. It's 11 miles of these switchbacks and these super tight turns the whole way. I mean, you can have some fun here, dipping into a turn and really accelerating out. But the bottom line is you're stuck in second gear most of the way, or third gear. You've got crazy people coming around corners too fast, crossing over the yellow line, endangering everybody. So it's just not my favorite. So for that reason, we're just going to skip ahead here up to Deals Gap.
You're taking those turns good.
She was doing great, wasn't she?
That idiot that passed her, which he could have waited.
Well, it scared me. But yeah, because I was like,
Give her a high five.
You did it, girl.
supposed to be the hardest road for a motorcyclist.
Yeah, that was.
My opinion is fuck that road.
Yeah, me too. I hate that
I would love
road.
to go
Yeah.
more than 30 or 40 miles an hour. I just say.
Then
It's
like
so
when
annoying.
people were wanting to,
Yeah.
or when there was like a group behind us, I would try to pull over and let them pass
Yeah,
me.
well,
but,
there's
like,
pull-offs
I'm a lot more
all the way.
I was
But
like,
again,
you're a lot more experienced.
6 months on a motorcycle. And you didn't eat it.
And I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to do that.
And you didn't go over the yellow line.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's actually the more important thing. Like, you never drifted over the yellow line.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't?
No.
Okay, good. Well, that was the one time that I thought that I did hit the floorboard.
Trust me, I was staring at your ass the entire time.
I wasn't like gonna let them intimidate me or anything, but I was gonna try to get over.
Especially they're a little 50cc.
All those groms. There's
Yeah.
groms everywhere.
so the first time I did the Dragon, I was on the Yamaha,
Yeah.
and these people were drag racing up here, and it scared me to daylight.
So we looked at the Tree of Shame while we were there. We ran across the street and took some pictures in front of the Dragon and went into Deal's Gap. Oh, there's Sammy's bike there, the blue one on the left. And we did all the touristy stuff there. But, you know, we're here to ride. So eventually we got back on the road here. And just for a second, I was able to open up this brand new 116 right here. And that's it. Look, Sammy is a new rider and she doesn't like to go very fast, and Barbara's not really a fan of going hyper speed either, so tend to take it easy. I mean, honestly, how can you beat this weather? It's probably 80 degrees at the most here. In the Smoky Mountains, they call them the Smoky Mountains for a reason. It's usually very hazy, and today we were just blessed with absolutely clear skies, the bluest of blue skies that I've seen up here in a long time. The roads are in such fantastic condition. They're always out here working on them, keeping them in tip-top shape. They must repave every 2 years. It's actually pretty crazy. Something else I'd like to point out about riding up here. You know, we were out in Colorado and we were in the Black Hills, and it's much different there as opposed to here because it's so lush. The trees are so tall. You know, out in Colorado, it's very dry and very arid, and you don't see that here. You're probably asking yourself about now, is this what all the roads in North Carolina and Tennessee are like? Well, when you get out in the mountains and the hills, in a word, yes. It just seems to be endless amounts of beautiful roads that you can spend hours upon hours cruising with very little traffic and just enjoying the twisties and just enjoying some high quality pavement. I can't say enough about Tennessee and North Carolina. Honey, I think we need to move here. We stopped in Bryson City. We had some lunch. hardly anything was open there, but I understand it's all pretty much open now. But then from there we moved on over to the town of Cherokee, and probably one of the best roads out there is 441 through the Great Smoky Mountain National Park all the way to Gatlinburg. Now that's about a 40-mile ride at about 35 miles an hour or so. It's very much like the Cherokee Skyway. It's a lot of wide sweeping turns. The difference though is traffic. There's a lot more people on this road, and you know, this was a Saturday, I think, so there were a lot of tourists in town and things like that. It was a gorgeous day, so there were a lot of people on the road. Cherokee, you can absolutely open it up and rip and have a ton of fun. But in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, you can't do that because there's just too many cars and there's people looking at all the beautiful sights. You go up in elevation from, I think it's around 2,000 feet in Cherokee, all the way up to almost 6,000 feet at the top of Clingman's Dome. It's actually higher hiking up to the dome, but the road level I think is around 6,000 feet, 5,800 feet, somewhere around there. So when we were down in Cherokee, it was really hot. It was like 88 degrees and we were baking, and I actually bought a Harley t-shirt at a Harley shop just because I didn't have a regular short sleeve or no sleeve t-shirt. And by the time we got up to the top of the mountain, it was in the low 60s and I was freezing. But it was awesome, man. It was such a beautiful ride. You know, there's tunnels on the road, there's lots of turns, there's some basically anything you would want in a beautiful ride. You know, rivers running alongside of the road. It's just stunning. It's probably one of the most beautiful places on the eastern seaboard. We got beautiful weather too, and man, I highly recommend coming up here. If you've never been to this side of the country, you've got to come to Tennessee and North Carolina. You can literally ride out here for 10 days and not do the same road twice, or at least, you know, maybe you have to cross over it or something, or take it to get to another road. There's just so much riding up here in such a small area. There's a group of Indian riders that does a spring and a fall ride called Thundering Indians through the Smokies, and I can't remember what their other group is, but I'll put a link to their Facebook page down below in the description. If you're an Indian rider or a Harley rider, whatever, there's a guy named Lawrence Hodge. He leads these rides through this area. He lives in the area and he knows all the great stuff. He's the one that's kind of always giving me some pointers on where to go. And anyway, man, I hope you guys have really enjoyed this video. I know sometimes it gets tedious or boring probably for you watching these roads, but for me it's absolute heaven. I cannot get enough of it, and I honestly wish that we lived up there. Again, thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, we've got a bunch more just like it. Subscribe if you like the video. That does help me, or comment on it. But even if you don't subscribe, check out some of the other rides that we've got on this channel. Of course, we do reviews and things like that also. The bottom line is that you guys need to get out and do these rides yourself and go somewhere. I mean, we did this ride just in a couple short days. We trailered up on one day, we rode for 2 days, and we came back because weather was turning crappy. You've got to, you know, put something on hold for the weekend. Don't cut the grass, or hire the neighborhood kid to cut the grass for you. You know, whatever it takes. You guys need to get out and do stuff while you can, while we're still young, even though I'm not young anymore. Have fun. Get out. I can't stress it enough. It's really important. You don't know what life is going to throw your way. We have friends that are battling cancer and dealing with some really tough issues, and have been for a while, and they're not able to do these things anymore. You know, they wish they would have done it. You know, you always hear about people with regrets and wishing that they had called their parent one more time before they passed, or taken their kids out fishing one more time. And go do that one more time right now. Do it. Don't wait. Time is going by. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. All right? Thanks for watching, guys. We really appreciate it. We love you all. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Make the most of your life. All right? Thanks for watching. Peace out.